Good morning, everyone. We are in ICT Quarter 3, Week 4. So, our topic today is about network design and also the topology. Hi, class! Ang pag-uusapan natin ang tinatawag ng network design. Ang network design refers to the planning na pag-inimplement ng isang computer network infrastructure. Ibig sabihin, bago tayo mag-set up ng mga cables, switches, or routers at iba pang devices, kailangan muna natin i-plan or i-layout kung paano sila magkabit-kabit or magkakaroon ng connection. Usually, ginagawa natin ito gamit ang network diagram. Para siyang drawing or visual plan na nagpapakita kung alin devices ang magkoconnect-connect ng isa't isa. Think of it like a blueprint ng bahay, pero instead of rooms and doors, ang nakalagay dito ay computers, server, switches, router at kung anong cable na gagamitin. Kapag meron tayong malinaw na network design, mas mabilis i-set up ang network. Pangalawa, mas madaling i-troubleshoot kung may problem. At pangatlo, at mas organize ang buong ICT system ng school or office. So tandaan, network design is equal to planning plus network diagram, which is equal to blueprint, bago gumawa ng actual network. Network design is the planning of a computer network before you physically set it up. Parang blueprint ng network natin. Dati, muna nating inaayos ang flow bago tayo maglagay ng cables, computers, switches, at routers. A network design usually includes the following. Number 1, we have logical map of the network. This is the diagram that shows how devices will connect to each other para makita mo visually kung sino ang connected sa sino. Cabling structure. This shows that what type of cable will be used and how they will be laid out sa building or classroom. Number 3 is a quantity, type, and location of the network devices. This includes the routers, the switches, the servers, at kung saan sila ilalagay para efficient ang connection. Number 4 is IP addressing structure. Each devices needs an IP address para makapag-communicate sila sa network. Think of it as an address of each houses sa isang neighborhood. And number 5, network security, architecture, and overall security process. Dito nakapaloob ang steps para protektahan ang network from the hackers or unauthorized access. So kapag naplano natin ang lahat na ito, mas madali at smooth ang actual network setup. Parang bago ka magtayo ng bahay, kailangan may malinaw na plano para walang sablay. Let's talk about one of the most common network designs called the local area network or LAN. A LAN is a network that connects computers and devices within a limited area. For example, it could be your home, school, office, building, or a group of buildings that are close together. Basically, sa isang LAN, lahat ng devices can share resources like files, printers, or internet connection. It's faster and more secure compared to network that covers large areas because lahat ng devices is physically closer sa isa't isa. So kapag gumagawa tayo ng network design, kung local lang ang area, kadalasan ng LAN ang ginagamit. Parang small neighborhood lang kung saan lahat ng houses are connected for easy communication. Let's continue. In any network, each computer or device is called a node. So every computer, printer, or server na nakakabit sa network is a node. One of the most common network design is the local area network or LAN. Parang small area lang like your home, school, or office. There are two main types of LAN network. We have peer-to-peer network, and this type, lahat ng nodes are equal. They can share files or resources directly with each other. Walang central server dito. Perfect for small network like a home or small office. Next, we have client-server network. Each one device acts as the server and the other are client. The server manages files, resources, and sometimes security. Mas organized ito for bigger networks like schools or companies. So whether peer-to-peer or client-server network, tandaan, each device is a node and it's part of the LAN setup. Let's talk about network topology. Network topology describes the method used to do in the physical wiring of the network. Parang layout or arrangement ng cables at devices sa network. It shows how the devices are connected and how data travels from one node to another. Choosing the right topology is important para mas efficient at secure ang network. Parang before mo i-build ang network, kailangan alam mo kung saan nakalagay or ilalagay ang cables at paano mag-flow ang data. In a bus topology, lahat ng devices are connected to a single main cable called the backbone. At each end ng cable, may terminator na nagpe-prevent ng signal reflection para smooth ang data transfer. The device tulad ng file server, workstation, at peripherals are connected along this linear cable. So think of it like a single road, lahat ng houses or devices are along the road and data travels back and forth sa iisang line. Simple siya and cost-effective. Pero kung may problema sa main cable, maapektuhan lahat ng devices connected to it. When the device wants to communicate with another device, it sends a broadcast message along the cable. Lahat ng devices sa network makakakita ng message, pero only the intended device will accept and process it. Bus topology is a simple and cheap to set up, pero may disadvantage. If the main cable fails, the whole network stops working. Also, as more devices are added, performance can slow down. Ano advantage? Number 1, easy to connect a new node to the linear bus. Pwede ka lang mag-add ng device without changing the whole setup. Next, less expensive. Kailangan ng less cable compared sa isang topology, kaya cheaper siya. Disadvantage, number 1, entire network shutdowns if there's a break sa main cable. Ibig sabihin, kapag may problem sa backbone, lahat ng devices ay maapektuhan. Number 2, difficult to identify the problem. Kung kailangan or kung biglang huminto ang network, mahirap hanapin kung saan exactly ang may issue. So while bus topology is simple and cheap, kailangan mo pa rin mag-ingat sa maintenance and troubleshooting. A star topology. In every node in the network is directly connected to the central hub using coaxial, twisted pair, or fiber optic cables. Parang spokes ng wheel, lahat ng devices nakaturo sa central hub. Each computer has its own separate cables. So kung may cable na mabasag or magkaroon ng problem or putol, only that computer is affected, hindi ang buong network. The hub or concentrator manage and control all the function ng network. It also act as a repeater, meaning it boosts data signals para maabot ng maayos ang isa pang devices. Star topology is very reliable and easy to troubleshoot because kapag may problem, mabilis mong makita kung aling device or cable ang may issue. Hi class, so let's continue with the advantage and disadvantage naman ng star topology. Advantage, easy to install and wire. Simple lang i-connect ang bawat devices sa hub. Number 2, no disruptions to the network when connecting or removing the devices. Pwede kang mag-add or mag-remove ng computer without affecting the others. Easy to detect network problems. Kapag may problema, mabilis mo makikita kung alin na cable or devices ang may faulty. Disadvantage naman tayo. Number 1, it is more expensive. Kailangan kasi natin bumili ng hub or switches and more cable lengths compared to the linear bus topology. Number 2, all nodes shut down if the hub or concentrators fails. Ibig sabihin kung may problema ang central hub, maapektuhan lahat ng devices sa network. So the star topology is very reliable and easy to maintain. Pero kailangan mo i-consider ang cost and dependency ng mga computer sa central hub niya. Application natin sa star topology is it is usually used in a local area network. So we need the high-speed LAN, often use a star topology. Ring topology. Data message travel in only one direction around the ring. So it sends message will pass through the connecting nodes until it reaches the target node. So for example, class, this one is yung messenger ng nito. Okay? So for example, ang primary ring niya ay papunta dito. And dito. So, iikot pa siya pa-clockwise or yung iba naman meron din siyang pa-counterclockwise. So, pag dito naman, ito yung magsasend ng file, direct na siya dito. Paano naman, for example, dito magsasend ng file? So, basically, iikot siya or mamimili siya ng pinakamabilis na way. Pero, ang ano dito is parang bus topology siya na yung computer na hindi naman kailangan maka-receive ng data or mag-accept ng data is mapapasahan pa rin natin ng data. So, mag-i-stop lang yung ating pagpasa ng data once na na-receive na yung target node. Okay? What are the disadvantage and advantages? In a ring topology, data travels in only one direction around the ring. Parang circle lang at the message dumadaan sa bawat connecting nodes hanggang maabot ang target node. So, let's have an advantage. Easy to install. Simple lang at i-set up ang devices in a circular layout. Easy to reconfigure. Pwede mong baguhin or mag-add ng nodes nang hindi masyadong komplikado. Next is fault identification is easy. Madaling mahanap kung aling node or connection ang may problem. Disadvantages naman, unidirectional traffic data. Data only moves in one direction kaya kung maraming devices, maaaring mabagal. Break in a single ring can break the entire network. Ibig sabihin kung may cable na putol or devices na fail, maapektuhan ng buong network. So, ring topology is organized and easy to manage, pero may risk kapag may problem sa kahit isang node or connection. Ring topology are found in some offices, buildings, or school campuses. Today, high-speed LAN made this topology less popular. Ano naman yung hybrid topology? Hybrid topology is a combination of two or more different types of network topology. Parang mix ng strengths ng different topologies para mas efficient ang network. Example, it includes star-bus hybrid, pinag-combine na star at bus topology. Pwede ring star-ring network. May star arrangement sa loob pero connected sa ring. Next, we have mesh network with connection between various computers. Some devices are directly connected to a multiple nodes for better reliability. Hybrid topologies are flexible and scalable, kaya ginagamit sila sa large network like schools or companies para ma-maximize ang performance and reliability. A mesh topology has a web-like structure where most or all nodes are directly connected to a multiple multiple other nodes. These setups offers two main methods of data transmission: routing and flooded. The nodes use logic to determine the shortest distance from the source to the destination. That is routing. Parang GPS lang, hinahanap ng data ang pinakamabilis na daan para makarating sa target. So, for example, parang Waze, 'di ba? So, kunyari may sasakyan kayo, tapos gusto mo makapunta sa Enchanted Kingdom. Maghahanap si Waze ng way or bibigyan ka niya ng way na pinakamabilis na puntahan na hindi ka matatraffic. Next, number 2 naman, flooding. The information is sent to all nodes in the network without any routing logic. Parang ipapadala sa lahat ng devices. Kahit hindi efficient pero siguradong makakarating sa intended node. So, sa flooding naman is, kung si routed ay mamimili ng pinakamalapit na way para makapagsend ng data dun sa another node or sa target node, dito naman kay flooding is isesend niya lahat kung kanino nakakonect yung data. So, for example, nasa network, tapos announcement. So, sa announcement, magpa-flood niya lahat ng computers or devices na nakakonect doon sa network na yun. So, ipa-flood niya ng message. Mesh topology is very reliable and fault-tolerant kasi maraming paths for data. So, kung may broken connection, may alternative na path pa rin. So, sino ba or ano yung ba gumagamit ng mesh topology? Number 1 is the internet or wide area network, and also yung mga telephone lines. Sila yung gumagamit ng mesh topology. Let's finish with advantage and disadvantage of mesh topology. Number 1, it's reliable and stable dahil sa high interconnectivity ng nodes, mas resistant sa failure. Next is no single devices going down can bring the network offline. Kasi may isang node na mag-fail, tumatakbo pa rin yung network. Kasi nga, sa isang computer is maraming nakakonekta sa kanyang computer din. So, kahit meron isa doon na wala kang connection or masira, is pwede ka pa rin makapag-communicate sa other network. What are the disadvantages naman? Number 1, it's incredibly labor-intensive kasi kailangan maraming cables at proper configuration bago mo i-deploy. Number 2, it's time-consuming to set up. Dahil sa dami ng connection, matagal ito i-install. Next is expensive or mahal. Cable costs add up fast, kaya ang mesh topology ay pricey compared sa iba. So, mesh topology is very reliable and fault-tolerant. Pero kailangan ng time, effort, and budget para ma-set up ng maayos. Tree topology is one of the most common network setup, and it's similar to both bus and star topologies. Parang combination ito ng dalawang design. In a tree topology, multiple star networks are connected to other star networks, forming a hierarchical structure. Parang puno kung may main trunks at branches at bawat branch may sariling nodes. For example, imagine a school network, each classroom could be a star network, and all the classrooms are connected to the main office network using the tree structure. This setup makes it easy to expand the network and organize device efficiently. Ngayon, pag-uusapan natin ang considerations when choosing a network topology. Number 1, money, cost. If you're on a budget, bus topology is usually the least expensive way to install a network. Number 2 is the length of cable needed. A linear bus network uses a shorter length of cable, which can also save money. Number 3, future growth or expandability. With star topology, expanding the network is easy. Pwede ka lang mag-add ng bagong devices without affecting the rest of the network. Next is the cable type. The most common cable used in a commercial organization is the twisted pair, which is often used in a star topology. Performance and security, a full mesh topology is theoretically the best since every device is connected to every other devices, maximizing the speed and security. Pero it's very expensive to install. The next best option is the tree topology, which is basically the connection of multiple star networks. So when choosing a topology, consider the budget, the cable length, and ease of expansion, and also the cable tie and performance requirements. Piliin ang topology na pinaka-fit sa needs ng network mo. A cable raceways is a channel or pathway used to run a cable through. Pwede itong i-mount sa wall, desk, or any other surface para mas organize ang wires. The main purpose is to conceal cables so ang setup mo looks clean and organized. It is also to prevent tangling or damage to the cables. So instead of having messy wires everywhere, gamit ka ng cable raceways para safe, neat, at professional looking a network setup. A latching raceways is a type of cable channel that may hinge or sliding cover that fully enclose the cable inside, parang protective case ng wires. The best part is kung gusto mong add or remove wire, simple lang. Buksan mo lang ang hatch or slide off the cover. So latching raceways are convenient, organize, and protect your cables while making it easy to maintain or change your network setup. A J-channel is a small, U-shaped raceways used to hold and organize cable na dumadaan sa edge ng wall or iba pang surfaces. Usually, gawa ito sa plastic, kaya lightweight at easy to install. Pwede mong i-mount gamit ang adhesive tape or screws. The main purpose is to keep cables tidy and prevent tangling while maintaining a clean and organized setup. A corner duct is similar to a latching raceways, pero may unique quarter-round shape ito. Parang cover na perfect para sa mag-blend sa wall or ceiling junction. The purpose is to conceal the cable neatly while giving you setup, finish, and professional look. So instead of messy wires sa corner ng walls or ceiling, gamit ka ng corner duct para organize at clean ang installation. Power raceways are usually made of PVC naman, but they can also be composed of plastic or metal. They are designed to hold communication cabling like voice, data wiring, fiber optics, or other low voltage cable. So, mas manipis po siya kaysa do sa mga ating other cable raceways. The main purpose is to organize and protect your cables, keeping them safe, neat, and easy to manage. So kapag gusto mo ng clean at professional looking, katulad ng iba, at gagamitin mo lang is a power raceway na merong low voltage cable. So gagamitin mo again is the power raceways. Next, we have seaways. It's a type of cable raceways designed for race access flooring system. Parang channel na inilalagay sa ilalim ng raised floor para mag-route ng cables at wires. Usually, gawa ito sa metal or plastic at ang purpose nito ay para organize ang cable efficiently while keeping your workspace clean and safe. So, sa offices na may computer labs na may raised floor, gamit ng seaways para maayos at mas ma-manage ang lahat ng network cables.